just on Gavin Newsom, Dan, how seriously are you taking this notion that this is a huge boon for him for a 2028 run? Is that serious?
Yeah, no, I think it could be. I think you said this in the opening part of the segment that there's a lot of reasons California may not be able to do this. First and foremost, going back to the Arnold Schwarzenegger era, they have a commission that does this, and so they're going to have to try to overturn that and bring it back to the legislature. But look, Newsom had a moment on immigration. Newsom had another moment when he went down to South Carolina. If somehow, and I think there's a lot of Dems in California that don't want to help Gavin here, but if he were able, if I'm going to assume Texas does what they're going to do, and Gavin's able to do what he's talking about doing, look, it's leadership. I mean, whether we like it or not, whatever, you tell me what other 2028er has shown 3 moments of leadership now in the last couple months.
Yeah.
Here's what I don't get, though. Honestly, this is what I don't understand. If you're Gavin Newsom, I get the political chest thumping. Like, I'm going to be the guy that I get that. That makes sense. I'm going to match it and we're going to save this. But I still have yet to figure out whether he can actually do it. And to me, the question is, if you can't pull it off because of California's legal constraints on redistricting, then you are setting yourself up for a failure. And I would argue, if I were a competing Democrat, I'd say, look at what Gavin Newsom did. He said it. He told us he could help fix this and mitigate the situation that Texas created for Republicans, and he failed us. So I look at Gavin and say, dude, you better be careful that you don't get too far out on this ledge where you've created the expectation that you can be the hero and the savior, and then you fail.
I agree with both of you, and I agree more with Sean. According to our friend Jennifer Jacobs of CBS News, the president's announcement at 4 p.m. today in the Oval Office is Tim Apple is spending $100 billion more on investments in the U.S. Kind of announcement the president loves, which will produce a $9,000 iPhone.
Sean, I'll just say, though, I do think if Newsom comes up short, he's going to pull the Trump, which is, I tried, I fought, and these wimpy people, stop me.
And I continue to say all these states are going to be subject to federal court rulings, and I bet you the courts may not.
Here's what I'll just for the record, as I've said earlier, I think we get 2 seats in Texas regardless. We start going down this path right now on, Missouri, Ohio, Indiana, maybe even Florida. I feel like we have literally done the nuclear option politically, and it may come back to bite us. I am very concerned about where we end up at the end of the day on this, especially how things play out. So I'm not as I think we've lit a fuse that we may not be able to put out.
Want more great clips like that? I've got an idea. Hit the subscribe button, be part of the Two-Way community, never miss a clip. And you can always watch our full episodes, join them live, go to twoway.tv.